tell us a little bit about yourself.
What's up? My name is DJ Verrett. I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Where in LA?
In Harbor City, the projects, 253rd and Petroleum.
And how did you grow up, DJ?
I grew up in a household of 2 sisters and a mother. I'm the oldest.
No father?
No.
And what did you do as a child?
Shit, what any other child does, you know, ride bicycles, skateboards, play sports, and hustle.
Hustle? Like what?
Mowing lawns, collecting cans, and golf balls.
And how long before it was no longer golf balls that you were hustling?
About 13, 14 years old. My life changed.
Tell us how that happened.
A friend of mine I grew up with, we used to mow lawns and collect cans and stuff and golf balls. And for his 14th birthday, I bought him a bicycle lock for his bicycle. And Friday night, he came over to the house and asked if I could spend the night. My mom like, yeah, no problem. So I went to go grab my bicycle. He said, leave your bike here. I said, for what? He said, I'm gonna show you something. I was curious, so I'm like, start walking into the night. Then he dangled some keys in front of me to a car, 14.
And did he explain to you how he was able to have that car?
Yeah, we drove and I was shocked. So basically, it was a different experience. So he told me this new thing called rock cocaine came out, and that's how he bought it, by selling rock cocaine. Paid $500 for the car.
$500?
Yeah, we were 14.
And is this the same friend that turned you on?
Same friend that turned me on, yes. The day I was presented the opportunity to sell rock cocaine, I've never seen it before. I've only heard about it, but I've never seen it. And had $27 in my pocket. And they asked me, do I want to make some money? See, I know collecting cans and golf balls and mowing lawns, it'd take forever to make $500 doing that. So,
This was easier.
it's an easy way out. So I said yes. I made $800 at my first time selling rock cocaine.
And that was it, game on.
It was over. It's turned out.
And at what point did it go from making $800 to making substantial amounts of cash?
It took time. You know, I was a kid. You know, I was curb surfing. You know, cutting up rocks, slanging. You know, trying to hide from the family. Things like that. You know, that was the way out of poverty. Was to what we thought was the way out of poverty. You know, everybody in the projects, you know, it's the red line district. Red line district is low income, high crime. You know, everybody's on food stamps, general relief, and all things like that, and struggling.
And did your family know what was going on? Did they have any idea what you were doing?
At first, no, I hid it. You know, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. You know, the weekends, you know, smoking weed for the first time, drinking. That was the day I got put on into the neighborhood, quoted in, jumped in, so to speak.
Jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
So you were jumped in to what?
To my fraternity, my neighborhood fraternity.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And how long before your family did know what was going on?
I was 15. I had 5 ounces of rock cocaine. I did school. I needed to go take a shower because we were in the hood all weekend slanging. I had 5 ounces of crack cocaine, and I left it on my desk in my bedroom at my mama's house. And when she saw that, she was supposed to be at work. So me and the homies went to the house to go shower up and stuff like that, you know, chop these 20s up. But she came home and she heard somebody in my room, thought it was me, opened the door. My homie's right there cutting up rock cocaine. I was in the bathroom. And she's like, get that. I can't believe you brought this shit in my house. Get your shit and get the fuck out. And I said, okay. That was the last time I lived with my mother.
How old were you?
15.
15.
Yes.
So where did you go live after that?
Motels.
Just motel, one after the other?
No, this crackhead, a smoker. He had he was a manager of a motel, and we would give him, $40 a day, in dope, and rocks, and we stayed there.
How long did you stay living it up?
By the year, almost a school year, yeah.
Were you still going to school?
I was still going to school, yes.
And at what point did you stop living in that motel and move on out of that?
After the school year was over.
Did you go back to your mother's?
No, I went and got a two-bedroom apartment. See, back then we were paying $650 for a two-bedroom apartment, so $325.
How long would it take you to make $325?
Depending on the sales, no more than 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Mhm.
30 minutes and you'd have your rent paid for.
Yeah.
And what happened after that?
Nah, lawless, reckless, smoking weed, females, toys, cars, stuff that's with that lifestyle, See, we didn't know what we was doing. We knew what we was doing, but we didn't know the outcome, the long-term outcome. You see, when you're in a position where a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet, and you find a way to cheat that, which is selling rock cocaine or hustling, it's quick and fast. So all the struggling with the meals, with the clothes, with school clothes, vehicles, we can eat steak every day, basically.
And at what point did you decide that you were going to take it a step further and start leaving the state?
I did not like working the rock houses. It was too hard because the smokers would be smoking them rocks up in there. You'd be in there for hours. You can make a couple of $1,000s, but it was so hard. It was very, very hard money. And I didn't want to do that no more. So I was at the Compton swap meet, actually, back in the day, and I'm buying some t-shirts and khakis. And I saw one of my Mexican partners I grew up with, and he knew I was in the game. And then my life changed after that.
How so? Tell us.
It became my connection.
So your Mexican friend that you ran into at the swap meet
Yeah.
became your connection for the next phase.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that out of state.
I sold my car. I had a couple of thousand saved up. After that, what happened was I sold the car. And I bought a half a kilo of cocaine.
And half a kilo of cocaine took you where?
Tulsa, Oklahoma, and St. Louis, Missouri.
What time frame was that?
86, 87.
Now, was that the beginning of the crack epidemic in Tulsa? Or did you get
Maybe.
there before?
Maybe. I didn't start that shit out there. I just knew it was there because I'm selling an ounce of rock cocaine in Los Angeles would be $250. I can take it out there and sell it for $2,200. So do the math. If I have 18 ounces of rock cocaine, I can go to St. Louis, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, but basically St. Louis, Missouri, and sell them for $2,200.
More lucrative market.
More lucrative market.
Less competition.
Less competition. It was still open. It was still green. Yeah. So start going out there. The first day I went out there, there's an airplane, TWA. I'll send the work out there, and then I'll fly out there. I ain't never had more than $10,000 at one time. When I flew out there, I was the next thing smoking back to Los Angeles with close $40,000.
Now, obviously, these were the days before X-ray check-ins and TSA.
All that. You can get on the airplane and all that stuff. Yeah.
So money in a duffel bag.
Money wrapped around you. They had money belts.
And how many times did you make that trip?
A whole bunch of times.
Just same thing. Fly over, do your business, come back.
Send one of my white boy homies. Send one of him. Send them there because you know LAPD is gonna fuck with black people anyway. You know, so one of my white boy homies, he was blonde hair, blue eyes, buzz cut, throw the army fatigues on him, duffel bag. Send him on the fucking bus with a backpack, you know, with a duffel bag full of cocaine. He gets there, he calls me. I fly out there, TWA, first class, you know, 'cause I gotta do first class. Get out there and then start selling them. Pay him a couple $1,000, money belts, get back on the airplane, fly back home.
Now tell us about friendship in that lifestyle. Can you have any?
You can, but you can't. You have to be unbending, but if you, it's a dangerous life.
Has there ever been anybody that you trusted that turned on you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did it happen?
Oh my God, this is that part that that's not glorified. This is that part that they don't tell you. This is that part where it's in the fine print, the small print. You know, if you're gonna join this lifestyle, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna make some money. You're gonna do things that you never could have done before. You're gonna have things that you've never would have ever dreamed of having. But the flip side to that is you may get robbed. You may get shot and killed. You may get paralyzed. You may catch a life sentence. They don't tell you that shit, you know, and keep it 100 with you is these motherfucking rappers who've never done this, they tell our life stories and profit off it.
And glorify it.
And glorify it, yes. Don't give a fuck about it, just like we didn't give a fuck about it, you know.
Was there ever a time that you came dangerously close to being taken out?
Yes.
Tell us.
Yes, I was in St. Louis and damn near sold out. The guys that I worked with, you know, who I employed basically, blessing them. Everybody's getting money. Life is changing for everybody. Two of the guys that were, our middlemen, you know, they left. My homeboy left. Him and his girl to go get some food. Shortly after, there was a knock on the door. I think they were watching, because they was like, these LA motherfuckers is coming in here getting all this money, and they're just breaking us off crumbs. So they came up in the house, I saw them, like, oh, come on in, smoke some blunts, you know, and drank some Busch beer, and next you know, they pulled a pistol on me. I'm like, man, stop playing. They're like, we ain't playing. Pow! Hit me in the mouth. Then hit me in the back of the head. And then tied me up and said, where is it? I was in the daze, I couldn't answer. I just stared at the outlet on the wall, right there. Stared at the outlet. I'm like, I'm gonna die in St. Louis, Missouri. And I was only 18.
How'd you get out of that one?
The gun jam, they put that motherfucker right here. They put that motherfucking pistol right here on the back of my head. And it was going click, click, click. It was a cheap 32. They were trying to unjam it. And click, click, click. And started beating me with it. Grabbed my ponytail and was like hitting me on the side of my head and shit. And so my homeboy came upstairs and saw what happened and started firing. Pow, 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 pow. And they around the back door. And untied me, My mouth was split, I'm bleeding, I'm dizzy, and I grabbed his pistol, ran out the back door, and started shooting. Pat, 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 pat. 'Cause I can hear them. And I climbed the wall, and all of a sudden I'm hearing shots, 3 shots back, you know, because they kept hitting the wall. But I got lightheaded because my mouth was bloody, and I'm dizzy because it hit me in the back of my head, behind my ear. I went back to the house, and they said, I told you don't let nobody in. And so I took the 200 with me, where his aunt stitched my mouth up, put some cocaine on there, stitched me up. And I took the next thing smoking back to LA. See, it's this part that motherfuckers ain't experienced. Real talk. Motherfuckers ain't experienced this shit. And was I scared? No. So I'm gonna get back at these motherfuckers. I don't know how the decision I made when they showed me that shit in 1984, when they first showed me that shit in 84, I made that decision to say yes. Even though deep down I wanted to say no, I said yes. And because I said yes, this is what happens. I had, you know, money and fun and females and all that shit right there. Yeah, that's the part that they glorify. But this part when you're tied up, you're 18 years old, you're getting ready to get murdered. That part right there that these motherfuckers don't talk about. These motherfucking rappers promoting this shit right here, them niggas ain't never been tied up. They ain't never experienced that.
Let's talk about how they also like to glorify doing time. You did time. How long?
February 6, 1990, my life changed. After I got robbed or kidnapped, whatever you want to call it, it didn't stop me. A year later, I got arrested. I spent 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I spent 17 years in the penitentiary.